出就出死了，他还睡。
你吐老子脸上了！哎，还回来！
The inadequate governance by the Chinese Communist Party has given rise to a troubling societal ailment, a profound reluctance to extend assistance to those in need. This issue cannot be conveniently attributed solely to the bystander effect. It transcends that explanation. The recent incident serves as an alarming testament to the palpable growth of apathy and the erosion of empathy within our society. It paints a disheartening picture of a populace increasingly indifferent and detached from the suffering of others. The hesitance to lend a helping hand to a distressed elderly individual reveals a deeply concerning decline in basic human kindness. The prevailing sentiment seems to be a fear of potential repercussions, encapsulated by the belief that I would be the one to take the blame since I touched him first. This is not merely a matter of bystander effect, where individuals may hesitate to assist due to the presence of others. It represents a more pervasive and disturbing trend wherein people are becoming hesitant to help even when they are alone, driven by a sense of self-preservation that overrides their natural inclination to offer aid. In the uniquely mainland Chinese context, this issue appears even more pronounced. There seems to be a pervasive mindset of self-preservation wherein people are reluctant to get involved in any situation that may carry personal risk or responsibility. This fear of being held accountable has led to a society where individuals are hesitant to extend help to their fellow citizens. The act of two taxi drivers spitting in each other's faces, with traffic police officers present and no intervention, highlights a disconcerting reality in contemporary China. This behavior not only reflects a lack of respect for fellow human beings, but also underscores a concerning decline in moral values and social decency. In this incident, the shocking act of spitting in someone's face serves as a stark symbol of the moral decay that seems to be plaguing Chinese society. The fact that this altercation took place in the presence of law enforcement officers without any interference is equally troubling. It suggests a disturbing level of indifference or desensitization to such acts, as if they have become normalized. One of the most distressing aspects of this incident is the blatant disregard for basic human dignity. Spitting on another person's face is not only a degrading and unsanitary act, but also a flagrant violation of personal boundaries. It shows a severe lack of empathy and respect for the feelings and rights of others. Moreover, this incident speaks to a broader issue of moral erosion in Chinese society. The decline in ethical values such as courtesy, empathy, and respect is becoming increasingly evident in daily life. Actions like public spitting, as seen in this case, are just one example of the deterioration in social consciousness and moral responsibility. China's rapid economic development and modernization over the past few decades have undoubtedly propelled the nation into the forefront of global economic and technological advancements. This remarkable transformation, however, has come at a cost, a gradual loss of its rich and millennia-old cultural heritage. While economic prosperity has flourished, China has witnessed a noticeable erosion of its profound historical and ethical values, which are the bedrock of its unique cultural identity. In recent years, China's rapid urbanization and industrialization have brought about significant societal changes. As cities expand and traditional communities disintegrate, ancient customs, traditions, and values are fading into the background. This cultural transformation is occurring alongside China's economic ascent, creating a paradox where material wealth and technological prowess thrive but cultural roots seem to wither. But now Chinese people have changed their nature terribly. The girl in the video, just to avoid the effort of pulling her suitcase and saving energy, pushed it straight down the escalator designated for pedestrians. The unforeseen speed at which the suitcase rolled down caused the woman at the other end of the escalator to require medical attention, an utterly selfish act that resulted in adverse consequences for an ordinary citizen's life. Ethical erosion in China is an issue that has gained increasing visibility in recent years. It is manifesting itself in the daily conduct of its citizens, resulting in a noticeable deterioration in moral values and social awareness. This decline has far-reaching consequences for individuals and society as a whole. One glaring illustration of this ethical erosion is the prevalence of public spitting. Despite efforts to curb this behavior, it remains a common sight in many Chinese cities. Such actions not only create unhygienic conditions but also demonstrate a disregard for the comfort and well-being of others. This lack of consideration for fellow citizens reflects a decline in basic manners and social consciousness. A man forcefully attempted to pay the bill and then tried to strike up a conversation with a woman. When his advances were rebuffed, he became angry and aggressively pulled the woman's hair, causing her to fall to the ground. The woman immediately felt unwell and began vomiting. Currently, the police have initiated an investigation. In the northeastern Chinese province of Liaoning, a distressing incident came to light through online reports, shedding light on the tragic loss of filial piety in a son due to his inability to endure his father's constant cries of pain in the hospital. The elderly father, suffering from a severe illness, was confined to a hospital bed, writhing in agony. His loud and persistent cries of pain were a heartbreaking testament to the excruciating torment he endured. His son, who was expected to be a pillar of support during this trying time, succumbed to his own frustration and impatience. Instead of showing the compassion and care typically associated with the dutiful son, the young man's actions were far from the conduct one would expect. Witnesses reported that he displayed a level of impatience and rudeness that was both shocking and deeply distressing. The son's behavior towards his suffering father was inexcusable and in stark contrast to the traditional values of respect and filial piety deeply ingrained in Chinese culture. A woman's decision to cut in line led to an unfortunate confrontation with another person, ultimately resulting in a physical altercation. This incident prompts reflection on the behavior of both individuals involved as they prioritize their personal interests over maintaining a sense of decorum in a public setting. The act of cutting in line is widely regarded as a breach of social etiquette and fairness. In a society that values orderly cues and equal treatment, such actions are often met with disapproval. However, the situation escalated when the woman encountered an aggressive individual who chose to respond with physical violence. Moreover, the incident raises questions about empathy and consideration for others. Instead of understanding and respecting the principles of fairness and patience, both women seem more focused on their personal desires. This disregard for the well-being and comfort of fellow citizens reveals a degree of selfishness that is at odds with the values of community and cooperation. The erosion of ethics and morality in Chinese society is a matter of concern, extending not only to the general population, but also to government officials, with the police force being no exception. Regardless of a person's wrongdoing, the use of extreme violence by the police is an alarming development. It raises questions about the fundamental principles of justice, human rights, and the rule of law. The severity of the measures taken by some law enforcement officers not only violates the rights and dignity of individuals, but also undermines public trust in the authorities. Mainland China has witnessed a concerning trend where immediate self-interest often takes precedence over ethical considerations and long-term consequences. The desire for short-term gains, whether financial or social, has become increasingly prominent in various aspects of Chinese society. From individuals to businesses to government officials, the allure of immediate benefits often blinds them to the ethical implications of their actions. China grapples with a moral decline driven by short-term thinking. The production of counterfeit and substandard products for quick profits jeopardizes trust and long-term sustainability. Rampant corruption within the bureaucracy prioritizes personal gain over national welfare, eroding trust and hindering development. Disregard for environmental responsibility for immediate economic gains results in ecological damage and health consequences. These instances highlight the urgent need to prioritize ethical values. accountability, and responsible behavior for China's future well-being. This trend is not limited to the corporate or political spheres. Even in everyday life, individuals may engage in unethical behavior for personal advantages. Cutting corners, cheating, and ignoring responsibilities can provide immediate benefits, but they contribute to a culture of dishonesty and irresponsibility. One contributing factor to this moral erosion is the pressure to succeed in a highly competitive society. The intense competition for resources, opportunities, and social status can lead individuals to prioritize their own interests over ethical considerations. This mentality is often justified by the belief that everyone else is doing the same. The moral erosion in mainland China, driven by a focus on short-term gains at the expense of long-term consequences, is a pressing concern. It poses risk to individual well-being, social cohesion, and the nation's sustainable development. Addressing this issue requires a collective effort to prioritize ethical values, accountability, and responsible behavior in all aspects of society. Only through such concerted efforts can mainland China hope to restore and strengthen its moral fabric. Moral erosion in China, from ordinary citizens to government officials, is often attributed to a single driving force: money. This undeniable truth has led many to conclude that the pursuit of wealth and the power that accompanies it has become a dominant motivator in Chinese society. The reverence for money is deeply ingrained in Chinese culture. The pursuit of financial success has become a paramount goal for many, and in this quest, individuals often prioritize personal gain over ethical considerations. This has led to a wide range of actions that compromise moral principles. Furthermore, the obsession with money often overshadows other critical societal values, such as compassion, empathy, and social responsibility. Individuals may prioritize personal financial gain over considerations for the welfare of others, leading to a decline in social cohesion and a diminished sense of community. The phrase "money is God" holds true in many aspects of Chinese society. The accumulation of wealth is often seen as a means to gain influence and authority. Individuals believe that more money equates to more power, and this belief can drive them to engage in unscrupulous actions to further their financial interests. In this context, power is not solely political, but also social and economic. However, this obsession with money and power comes at a significant cost. It erodes the moral fabric of society, damages trust between individuals and institutions, and hinders the development of a fair and just society. It can also lead to a sense of disillusionment among those who see the pursuit of money as a pervasive and unwavering force in their lives. There was a seat dispute, and an elderly man grabbed the woman's collar and lifted her up in the subway.
我咋了？
你是不是学生？你是不是大学生？我问你啊，
我大学生咋了？
大学生应该这样吗？
A woman on the subway requested others to give up their seats but was refused. She then declared, "I am a teacher," and angrily asked, "Is this how university students should behave?"
你看大家都要嘲笑你，是嘲笑谁呀？嘲笑你，嘲笑谁？再说一句。说一遍，再说一遍，谁这样了？
Taking stock of those uncivilized behaviors in public places, cutting in line and occupying seats are both unacceptable